The introduction of workplace loneliness is a growing concern that has significant implications for employee well-being and organizational performance. This issue is not merely about the absence of social interactions, it involves deeper feelings of isolation and lack of connection within the workplace. Based on our findings regarding workplace loneliness, there are factors that contribute to the occurrence of loneliness in the workplace, which affects employees within the organization. In conclusion, workplace loneliness is a complex and multifaceted issue that affects both individuals and organizations. By proactively addressing this challenge, companies can enhance employee well-being, improve engagement, productivity, and so on.
Alright, let's turn to the component of workplace loneliness. There are 5 types belong this part. Firstly, working overtime. The causes of this can be easier employees to ignore interpersonal relationship, and the more likely they are to experience loneliness. Secondly, the lack of organizational support. It is important factor of the sense of loneliness in the workplace. The lack of support from organization, staff can only depend on themselves to solve problems in their work. Less experience of other people's care and help. This makes it hard to build close relationship and a sense of belonging. And the next part is the lack effective communication and interaction among members. It can causes to negative effects on themselves, teams, and organization. Furthermore, the consequence of workplace loneliness from 4 aspects. It include work attitude, work behavior, mental health, and physical health. And the number 4 is emotional loneliness and social loneliness. Emotional loneliness can happen when a person's emotions are disturbed, such as breakup, divorce, or the death of a loved one can lead to emotional loneliness. And social loneliness can happen when an individual is moving to a new place that no one friends or contacts that they know. And social loneliness can happen when an individual is moving to a new place that no one friends or contacts that they know, can lead to social loneliness. And the last one is lack the sense of belonging to an organization. It can causes employees feel more distance from other members of the organization because they have less contact, which reduce their emotional commitment to the organization. Alright, those are the 5 components of workplace loneliness. Alright, those are the 5 components of workplace loneliness. Let's move to the next part.
Factors that contribute to loneliness in the workplace. Based on Journal 1, firstly, the negative emotions. Workplace loneliness is a result of negative emotions, which can create significant mental health concerns like lowering self-esteem, disrupting goal directness, and inhibiting credibility. Second, the migration of fresh graduates. Hundreds of recent graduate and young people professionals in emerging nations move from rural to urban areas in pursuit of employment in the banking, manufacturing, pharmaceutical, and educational sectors. They feel cut off from their friends, family, and social circle as a result of this move, and as a result of the social upheaval, these people start to experience feeling of loneliness. Next, the factor is the poor support from supervisor. Providing strong support to coworkers and supervisors facilitates responding to extra role behavior and boosts productivity. In addition to these emotions, Workers who experience a lack of support at work also become dissatisfied with the company and experience feelings of loneliness. The last one, the factor is the personality traits. Consciousness, agreeableness, and proactivity are a few personality attributes that can contribute to the explanation of the phenomenon of professional loneliness. Next, based on Journal 2, the factors is firstly fast-paced and competitive work environment. Employees in the fast-paced and highly competitive work environment who don't get enough opportunities for real social connections suffer from depressing feeling of loneliness. Second, the factors is low social support due to limited and faulty. Second, low social support. Due to limited and faulty social relationship, lonely employees sense low social support. Next, the factor is technology usage. Although people are virtually closer thanks to technology, there are fewer opportunities for in-person communication and a greater sense of psychological loneliness as a result of its increased use. Lastly, the poor self-image. Due to poor self-image, shyness, and distrust in others, lonely employees experience social and emotional distance with colleagues at work. So, the authors of two journals highlight how unfavorable feelings like isolation or lack of support can contribute loneliness at work. Mental health issues including low self-esteem and impaired credibility can be brought on by loneliness. Next, both journals agree that one of the main causes of loneliness is less of social support at work. Then, the two journals differ in that the second one adds new elements like the way technology has reducing in-person interaction, problems with trust, and individual characteristics like shyness and low self-esteem that lead to loneliness. In contrast, these elements are not mentioned in the first journal.
The impact of workplace loneliness can be significant and multi-phase. The first point is focus on negative information. The persons suffering from workplace loneliness are inclined to view things and themselves in rather negative manner. It even makes them feel incompetent, less valuable, and have low self-esteem in relation to what they are capable of doing. Secondly, stress on the left frontal cortex. Loneliness can create stress which is selective on the part of the brain that is known as the left frontal cortex. This area is believed to involve in executive operations including decision making, solving of problems, and emotional control. Pressure in this area may compromise these functions and in the process influence job output and health status. Third point, perception of low social support. There might be the perceived lower levels of social support within a workplace environment for lonely people, such as perception may strengthen its loneliness and alienation experience that hinder its change, not only to asking assistance from others to develop friendship with CO staff. Okay, last but not least is conflict in family relationship. Effects from workplace loneliness may also transfer to a person's home life, which leads to conflict in relationships. Happiness and depression at the workplace may cause a change in mood to affect relationships with the family, hence causing misunderstanding and tension.
The conclusion that can be drawn from the topic of workplace loneliness is related to its definition, which explains that there is a state of emotional distress that occurs when employee feel isolated. Furthermore, it also elucidates that there are component, factors, effect of workplace loneliness within an organization, which also contributes negatively to the local employee due to the presence of this issue in their work environment. Some of the research causes of workplace loneliness can include negative emotion like lacking in support, feel alienated because of this social shift. Workplace loneliness can indirectly lead to negative effects, including tending to give more weightage to negative information, emotional distress, and work for conflict that occurs. Therefore, there is hope and a way to deal with this issue that can be implemented. Addressing it requires a holistic approach that involves creating an inclusive culture, enhancing social interaction, providing mental health resources, offering flexible work arrangement, training leadership, and promoting employee engagement. In addition, by implementing these strategies, organization can build a more reconnected and supportive work environment. This not only reduce feelings of loneliness, but also lead to higher job satisfaction, increased productivity. Addressing workplace loneliness is not just a moral imperative, but also a strategic business decision that can lead to a more resilient and successful organization.